Who just picked up Buffalo Wild Wings, yo? The Knicks, sir. What?
NFC Network presents the Golden Anniversary Season.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a live edition of the Speak On It podcast. This is Post Game Live. I'm your host, Big Mike. We are here. We are happy. Orange and blue skies. I don't know how the Knicks pulled this one out of the fire, but we don't care. They won. Knicks are up 2-0. It's a beautiful time being a Knicks fan right now. It's great. Orange and blue skies, as Stephen A. would say. Orange and blue skies. I'm here. Wrap up game 2, Knicks Sixers. Can't do it alone. I got my man Anthony is in the building.
2-0, baby. 2-0. We're going to Philly. We are going to Philly.
We are here celebrating. Can't believe how that game ended. This is about one of the most unbelievable finishes that you could have in a playoff game. That was a tough one, boy. The Knicks and Sixers went right down to the wire. At the end of the day, the Knicks got the dub. Maxey did everything in his power, but at the end of the day, the Knicks get the win. What was the final score?
It was 104-101.
104-101. Thank you. Yes, 104-101. Knicks are up 2-0 in the first round. Best of 7. As Anthony said, we are now on our way to Philly. Game 3 is Thursday. I think 7:30 or 8. One of the two.
Yeah, it's usually around that time.
Game 3 will be in Philly, where the Knicks will try to put a stranglehold on this series. Hey, Courtney, how are you doing? I don't know if my doppelganger, if they've caught him yet. They've caught this madman impersonating me. But
oh boy, we've all been there.
Listen, we've made it. We're live, Anthony. We're live on Instagram finally. It's good, man. It's good out here. Instagram, YouTube. Oh, I think I just shut the Instagram off. Well, there you go. We were live. We were live on Instagram for about 30 seconds. We was live.
We getting there.
But let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about this game. This was a tight, stressful, back and forth game.
You can say stressful again. I'll tell you that.
Stressful on both fan bases, because I'm sure Sixer fans were stressed watching that game also, because the Sixers started fast, came out. Maxey started fast. Embiid was looking, not like he did in the first half of game 1, but he looked good. He looked like he was feeling good. Knicks were just behind, just couldn't get nothing to drop. Made a little push, which is really turning into the key to this series right now. Seems to be the minutes when Embiid goes to the bench and the minutes when Brunson goes to the bench. The Knicks are winning.
Oh yeah, that was when we took the lead too. That small time period when Embiid went to I believe it was like 4 minutes left in the third, I believe. Yeah, he took a rest, and then we were able to finally get a lead, and that was the turning point right there.
Back and forth. Kyle Lowry has found the fountain of youth. He is just out.
The hatred I have for that man is.
Listen, man, he
is so goddamn annoying, man.
He's a winning player, man. He's a winning.
He makes the scrappy plays, and he'll make those scrappy shots that just piss you off.
And it's not even the shots that he's making that's bothering me. It's his defense because it's very pesty. He's handsy. It feels like he's fouling every possession, but he's playing tough playoff defense. He is giving everyone he guards, Dante, Brunson sometimes, he's just making them work for everything. Kelly Oubre is, if the Sixers were winning this series, we would be talking about the job Kelly Oubre is doing on Brunson right now because he just has Brunson in hell right now. Just hell. He can't do anything with him.
You really can't.
The only time Brunson seems to score is when Tobias Harris is guarding him.
But that's a credit. I mean, but honestly, it's a credit to our team. I mean, I think what doesn't get talked enough about the Knicks is how deep we are. Like, we have a deep team. Like, we have players who can step in and they can make an impact. Like, yeah, I know about all the talk about Randall and whatnot, but personally, for me, I feel like we're still deep enough to make a playoff run, a significant playoff run. We have the talent there. You know, we won 2 games. We didn't need a Jalen Brunson game because other people have stepped up. Josh Hart has been absolutely phenomenal on both ends of the floor.
Shout out to Dylan because what I think Bruce Brown for, Dylan, I have Josh Hart. That's all I'm gonna say.
Josh Hart's #1 fan.
All I'm gonna say. We won't go into the specifics, but Josh Hart is putting up crazy numbers for a guard so far in his first 2 games. He's got like 20-something, almost 30 rebounds in 2 games, which is crazy to think. I'd have to double check it. He might be out rebounding Embiid right now, which is about as crazy as a stat as you'll see. Because I can tell you one thing I did not think was going to happen was Josh Hart out rebounding Embiid through 2 games. But you said it, Anthony. We have to shout out Isaiah Hartenstein because Hart the buckets that he was making in the third, he made a couple of those jumping one-handed floaters, which I hate every time he shoots it, but it goes in more often than not.
And that's all that matters.
And believe it or not, he played very good defense on Embiid tonight. He made him work for everything. He made him work. Last game, it was Mitch that was giving Embiid fits, and it looked like he adjusted, and now Hart was giving him fits today. And the Knicks are just – and this is the only reason why I Embiid made me nervous, but not too nervous, because we have bodies we can throw at him. We really have 2 legitimate centers we can throw at him. And I don't know if you've seen Precious Achiuwa. I haven't seen him yet.
No, I haven't.
I don't know. I don't understand how he went from playing all these minutes, doing all this great stuff. The moment Mitch came back, Tibbs was like, "All right, you don't exist anymore." Because it's wild how he hasn't played, and then the game-winning block that Zay had on it was Maxey who got to the hole, right?
Yeah, it was Maxey.
It was Maxey, game-winning block.
Mm-hmm.
The Garden was alive. I love seeing the Garden erupt like that. Did you see all the legends? Did you? I wish James was in here because James knows the special place in my heart that I have for John Starks. And seeing John Starks.
Oh, he was on it the whole game. That man was animated. I remember there was one time one of us made a layup. He's up there tapping us, and he's like, "Go, go!" Right. I was like, "I love it." I see it Melo, and I think it was Larry Johnson there too?
I saw Spree. I didn't see Larry Johnson. I saw Spree.
Oh no, it was Sprewell. My bad. Yeah,
they was out. They was out tonight.
I love it. I love it, man.
Always a Nick. Once a Nick, always a Nick. Orange Blue side. Did you see Stephen A. sitting there too?
I did see Stephen A. Smith.
Looking miserable. His fake fan self looking miserable. I'm sure he's going to go on First Take tomorrow, though. I told you they was going to win. I told you.
To be fair, I will play devil's advocate a little bit for him. When Listen, when Maxey hit that three, they went up 4 with I think it was like 40 seconds left. We were all kind of like, all right,
It
damn,
hurt.
this may not.
That hurt.
Yeah,
That three hurt.
that hurt. Yeah, because and then then we missed a shot in the next possession. Then they went to go shoot free throws. I'm like, damn. All right,
And then all hell
1-1 going
broke
to
loose.
Philly.
And then all hell broke loose.
Hell broke loose.
The three, I don't know how Brunson how he made that. Then
I don't.
Maxey, firstly he traveled as soon as he got the ball. And I actually think him traveling and falling, I think that's actually what set all that off, because I think the ref froze because he knew he was supposed to call that, and then he didn't, and it was just like, up, play on. And then it was just a crazy scramble. I thought Dante was going to make the first one. I knew he was going to make that second one. I
knew he was going to make the second one.
When he got the ball back for that second one, I knew that was money. I knew that was money. As soon as it came out of his hand, I was like, oh, that's just who I wanted to shoot at. And I mean, the guard. That's
funny. I kind of want. I took a peek.
That sequence is going to be right up there with the Larry Johnson 4-point play. That is going to be up there in Knicks legend for forever now. It's going to be right there with it now, because I'm pretty sure that building shook when Dante hit that second three.
No, because the shit the thing that was so crazy that we all had that mentality where it's like, well, most of us was like, damn, this game might be an L for us. We're already processing just being 1-1 and going to Philly and just like, making the adjustments, and we're talking about Brunson needs to step up and all this stuff. We're already kind of just like almost checking out a little bit, and then in a matter of felt like 6 seconds, we're like, oh wait, no, never mind. We're actually about to win this, That was just it's just a good feeling. It's a great feeling. Like I said, Hartenstein just played phenomenal.
He played unbelievable.
And he made not even just the shots, but he made such timely rebounds, man. Such timely rebounds, gave us second chances. Honestly, this was a great game for everybody, in my opinion. Even yes, Brunson's been struggling shooting, but he was feeding, he was making some great passes, some great assists. I just think collectively this was a great game. This is what we needed. Just next game, pretty much we just need to just tighten things up a little bit, And obviously Brunson needs to find a shot.
The defense has been there when they've had to step up. The defense has been there.
Mm-hmm.
The rebounding has just we're killing them on the boards.
Mm-hmm.
We're killing them, and that's like I said. The thing with this team is they just never quit. The play by Deuce ripping the ball from Maxey, like that is just hustle and grind that you can't. You gotta want that. You gotta want that. And not everybody wants that. And I'm not saying that Maxey isn't one of those guys, but he just didn't want that. Just didn't want it. Got his pockets.
You should go on Six's Twitter. I hopped on there a little bit before coming on. Oh man, that last possession you were talking about where Maxey got the ball taken out of him, they were crying that should have been a foul. The refs missed one. We got.
I see that not Maxey. Nick Nurse, the coach of the Sixers, complaining. No, I don't want to say. He's complaining. He's complaining he was calling a timeout and they didn't see it, but them's the breaks, because I still don't know how they reviewed that play with Kyle Lowry, how they reversed that. I have no idea.
That was
he
smacked
Dante in the neck, in the neck.
It's like, what are we doing here? Like, seriously, that was just nonsense right there. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it at all. But here's my question. Do you think we take game 3?
I'm not expecting it. I would love it. I think we have a better chance. Be honest with you, I think we have a better chance of getting Game 3 than losing and getting Game 4. I think if we have, because I think if we lose Game 3, then they'll have the momentum, and Game 4 will be very tough. So
I don't want to come back to the Garden with the series tied at 2. The hell with that.
I don't either.
I want at least 3-1.
I don't either. 3-1, because 3-1, I feel like it just, with us having 2 home games, it's gonna be tough to beat that Garden crowd twice.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, you're playing the odds. The odds are that Brunson's going to have a game eventually. It's gonna
eventually.
It's gonna come where he's gonna have a night where he just goes off and is just giving us everything. Shout out to DJ Notorious in the chat. Game 3, Brunson gives us a Brunson game. Deuce with the Devo steal. Deuce with the Devo steal or Maxi was akin to the Locks beating Dipset in the car. Listen, that's all I needed was to see Jada tonight. That would have been great because I heard DMX playing in the background a couple possessions. This is a great time. And I mean, while we're here, Anthony, while I have you, I know everyone, if you've been following us, you've been watching, you've been wondering where James is. James is being a daddy. He'll be here eventually. I already told him this is the longest paternity leave I've ever seen, but he will be back. He will be back. But I bring this up to say, because you guys don't know what's going on in the chat, Anthony has been feeling froggy in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. You guys don't know what's been going on in this group chat. But Anthony has he has a bet. You have a bet with me and James and Dylan, right?
No,
not with me.
Do I have no, I don't have a bet with you. I have 2 bets. And by the way,
we agreed. We agreed on
these are just the first round bets, by the way. These are just the first round bets, by the way. But yes, I do have a bet with Dylan. Is like the Heat. There's some part of me that feels that the Heat will win this series. It's gonna take a
what? The Heat are gonna do what?
I said there's some part of me that feels that the Heat will win this series.
You need to get that part checked by a doctor. You need to get that.
That was a little too late. I already made the bet, so it don't matter.
I was watching Game 1. I was like, yeah, I don't know what Anthony was thinking when he made this. This team ain't got a chance.
It's only one game. Only one game. It's only one game. Never count out Heat culture, man. Never count out Heat culture.
Okay.
But like you said in the chat, if the Heat win this series, that's an automatic lock
for predict. You got it for me. Especially after Game 1. Especially after Game 1. Yeah, you got it. You can have my vote 3 times. You can have it 3 times. Because just ain't no way Miami coming back to win this series. Ain't no way. Yes, DJ, you heard us. Yes. Yes. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Listen, last year everybody was saying ain't no way, and Heat culture prevailed every single time, man. So let's roll the dice on Heat culture one more time.
We're gonna let it play. But your other bet with Breezy is actually looking good because, like I told you, the reason me and you didn't bet on that series was because I agreed with you. I thought Cleveland would win, and boy, oh boy, I don't know if you know. I don't know if you was looking at the ticker in the top of the corner.
No, I saw it. Yeah,
Cleveland. I didn't watch the game. Obviously, I was busy, watching these guys, but. Cleveland jumped out to a huge lead, and then I saw Orlando come back a little bit, but the fact remains Cleveland's up 2-0. And it hasn't been particularly close. So Anthony has Cleveland, James has Orlando.
I feel good, but I'm not going to jump up yet because I feel like this is one of those series where Orlando can bounce back at home. I could
Yeah,
see Orlando going home and winning game 3 and 4 and tying it up. I could definitely see them doing that.
because they're a
So
young
I'm
team.
not going to, yeah, they're a young team. So I'm not going to throw my hands up just yet about that. But yes, it is nice that Cleveland definitely manhandled them the first 2 games. Because I'm going to need 3 packs of Gatorade.
3 packs, not
I'm
3
probably have to give
singles, not 3 full packs of Gatorade, which is crazy.
Yes.
DJ
So if I
Notorious
lose to
thinks
Dylan,
Orlando's
then
going to make it a series also, and he says
I
Cleveland better
do.
not let this go 7. If this goes 7, you're in trouble, Anthony. If this goes 7, you might be in trouble.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. I have a strong feeling Orlando's going to win both games at home.
I definitely think they're going to win game 3. Definitely think they're going to win game 3, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if they're ready for this.
It'll be interesting. If the game is not on at the same time the Knicks are playing, I would definitely be tuning into game 3. So definitely looking forward to that one.
This series has definitely been a NBA TV series, and that's where it will stay.
I think I'm more interested in the series than most people.
I mean, you've got Gatorade on it.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I also thought even before that, I thought it was going to be a pretty decent series. A lot of young talent. I like Paulo Ventura. I think he's a really good up and coming star.
I do too.
Magic of Loki had a great season. They just never televised, and no one ever talks about them.
When I was watching when they was on for game 1, the commentator said that was the first time the Magic had been on ESPN in 2 years. I was like, that's what I said. I was like, damn.
Because you never see them on TV. Like, you never see
them. They've been on TV.
So you look at the playoff seedings, they're like, oh, the number 5? How'd they get there? Like,
and then even still, no one gets to see them because, like I said, that's an NBA TV series. It's over there.
Oh yeah, you made a bet with James. That's right.
I made a bet with James on the Mavericks Clippers, and while James was waving his pom poms about the Clippers winning game 1, let's calm down.
That series is going 7 games. I don't care what nobody says.
That series has 7 written all over.
All
over. Because if you think that Luka is going to shoot like that for the rest of this series, you are sadly mistaken.
Sadly mistaken.
Ain't no way Luka's shooting that bad again. So it's going to be interesting. I'm surprised Orlando hasn't scored 100 yet in 2 games. That I'm surprised at. Cleveland is a good defensive team, but I didn't expect that. So,
well, I mean, so far everything is shaping up the way I needed to. Obviously, we're up 2-0. Cleveland's up 2-0. Tyrese Halliburton is still a bum after the All-Star
we need to investigate why you hate him so much. I did not know you hated him with so much venom. It's startling to me. I mean,
no, because here's the thing, right? Like at the beginning, around the beginning of this year, beginning to like about halfway, I was engaged in so many just Twitter battles with all these people that were just like, Halliburton is this, and no, Brunson, he'll never be Halliburton. And I'm just like, get the fuck out of here with this bullshit, man. Like, everyone's just bigging this man up so much. And I was just like, okay, I'm watching. I'm like, he's not bad, but I don't think he's that good. Then obviously everybody's just talking about, oh, you nuts, you crazy. And nobody putting Brunson over Halliburton. Oh, look at these idiots now. They all look fucking stupid. All of them. Dude's averaged like 16 points a game since the All-Star break.
He has fallen off since the All-Star break and since that injury. He's
Listen, the superstar trial ended.
Well, Milwaukee better hope it stays that way. Although, I mean, if Dame shoots like that again, then we can wrap it up. Like Dame
To
shot
Indy's
them
credit,
out the
though,
game.
he did. But to Indy's credit, they did play well in the second half.
They did.
They
That's
did
why I
kind of
don't
pick
think
things up.
that's why I don't think that series is over.
Oh no, absolutely not.
And to be fair, Dame did all of that in the first half to score 2 points in the second half.
Yeah, that was a little awkward. I mean, I understand other people stepped up, but still, that was kind of weird.
Yeah, but you got to give me more than 2 in the second half, though. Got to give me more
Yeah.
than 2. So,
whatever's going to keep him from having to go to Coachella and actually play basketball during this time of the year.
That was a funny line. That was a funny line. I felt the pain when he said that.
He said, "I felt the pain."
I felt the pain when he said that because Dame isn't used to, it's with the Blazers. We know what happens. They go crazy in round 1, and then round 2 they lose to the Warriors, and that's pretty much how it goes. That's pretty much how life goes.
I swear, it felt like that like 5 years in a row. It's just like they would get it out the first round, go to the second round, get bounced by the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'm happy for him. He's somewhere he feels he can win. I don't know the extent of Giannis's injury. Hopefully he'll be back soon. We'll just have to find out and whatnot. I think they could still win this series without him, personally. But game 1 would definitely have to be like the blueprint for that. Yeah.
Game 1's definitely the blueprint. Let Dame cook. That's what it is. Let Dame cook. Because Indiana doesn't play any defense. Indiana got to do something. Like, y'all can't just not play any defense.
Well, yeah, I mean,
y'all got to play some kind of defense.
Well, their thing is, it's just trying to outscore the other team, and that's always been kind of like their MO, and you can't really do that when your star's only scoring 9 points. It can't just be Siakam and friends. Like people have to step up.
And Siakam had a good game. He had a good game.
He had a really good game. He had like 37 points.
Yeah, he had 36. He ended up with more points than Dame, which is crazy.
That's hilarious.
But he actually ended up with more points than Dame in that series. How do you feel about this Phoenix Minnesota series? Do you think it was one game, or do you think the torch has been passed?
I think it's one game. Obviously, shout out to Anthony Edwards. His time is somewhere in the next 2-3 years, in my opinion. It may be now, but just to be conservative, I'll say the next 2 years, his time is coming. But the Suns aren't going to go down that easy. I think they'll get their shit together in game 2. I still think the Suns are going to win the series. I have them winning I said 7. Yeah, I have them winning in 7. I think it's going to go 7. Yeah.
I think believe it or not, I think they have to win in 6. I don't know if they could win a game 7 in that building.
I think they can.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, when you have KD on the floor, you can win a game 7, but I don't know. Like, I feel like if it goes 7, what we saw in game 1 is what would happen in game 7. And they'll just ride that momentum from that crowd, because that crowd was pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely. But also you got to think is the fact I think Bill didn't play that well. Like he needs to step up. He has to be that. I hate to say it.
This is what he wanted, so he cannot play like that.
He's getting paid way too much to just be playing like that. He's got to be that third superstar option they could go to, and he hasn't been that way. He's got to be that way this series, and I think he will too, personally. And honestly, I don't even think Booker would played all that great either in game 1.
No, that's who I think is going to play better. I think we'll see Devin Booker drop 40.
That's the main reason why I'm not really flustered with Phoenix. I think it's just one game, honestly.
Yeah. So and then obviously the Lakers and the Nuggets and
What's the score on that game right now?
the score.
Oh, Lakers are up.
Lakers are still up 8. Okay, they're trying. They're trying.
Okay.
So I don't know if you know this, Anthony, because you're and I'm joking, ladies. I'm joking, but I'm not joking. But Anthony's a fraud. He picked the LA Kings to be his hockey team, and they clinched. He knows exactly where I'm going with this too. They clinched the playoff spot on the last day of the season, and I purposely waited to see if he was going to say anything. Crickets. Crickets. Look, this man. And I just wanted you to know that they're losing 2-0 right now. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Listen, it is hard. It is hard. Everybody who knows me knows that around this time of the year, I'm very much heavily dialed in on basketball. And then also the baseball season is underway too. So I'm very much invested in my Cincinnati Reds. All right. Sometimes I may not be on top of all the Kings coverage. All right. I'm trying here. I'm trying, I'm a working man. I got priorities, and I'm trying to follow 3 teams at once. It's hard. It's not easy. 4, if you really think about it, because the NFL draft is this week too. So I got a lot on my plate.
It's also on Thursday.
I know.
I don't know. We might do a post-game live Thursday too, and have to throw the draft in there. I know if James joins us for post-game live for Game 3, he is gonna bounce as soon as we play the he's gonna be like, all right, guys, see y'all later. See y'all later.
What time is it's probably the same time as the game.
Well, the draft, I think it's gonna be the same time because the draft is at 8. I know that. The draft is at 8. So it's definitely gonna be, they're gonna overlap. Speaking of Breezy, he said, and that is true. I mean, we're here talking about this team over my shoulder. The Garden was alive. I just want you to hear, Breezy. I just want you to know once again, you're gonna owe me some Gatorade when it's all said and done. You're gonna be out of a lot of Gatorade in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, buddy. Because between Anthony's 3 packs and my, I don't know if we got 2 singles.
How many packs did you got?
No, we bet singles. I think we only bet 2 or 3. I think we bet 2. I think it's 2. I'll have to go check. I think it's 2 singles for us and then 3 packs. Which, by the way, you guys also missed the greatest negotiation ever in I just want to know, Anthony, without giving the fans any info, any context, why you didn't want to bet the Funyuns? Why couldn't Dylan get the Funyuns?
Look, after a while, it became. I'm trying to play hardball here. We're both trying to play hardball here. So I'm just like, all right. I'm trying to remember what was like the last few options we put on the table before we reached the final one. It was something about like, it was like a pack, Funyuns, and a single or some shit like that. And I was like, all right, I'll do the pack, the single, no Funyuns. And then he countered that with like pack, a single, with the option of like a second pack or something like that if things get swept. And I was like, all right, I can rock with that. All right. This was after like a back and forth of like
about 15-20 minutes.
Like 8 different offers on the table getting rejected. This gets a different version of this, and I was like, okay, I think we finally reached something we could both be okay with here. Because I'm trying to.
DJ, listen. Like I said, I'm not going to go into context. Just know a bag of Funyuns was a big tipping point in the negotiations for one of these bets that we got going on in the first round of these playoffs.
Listen, I'm not trying to buy I ain't trying to buy no bag of Funyuns for people. I'm good on that. I'm trying to go.
So I'm trying to wait to see if I can get this Laker game to halftime, and then we'll sign off. Because, like I said, more than likely will be on Thursday after the Knicks game 3. I don't, unless something crazy. Listen, if something crazy happens
If we get blown
tomorrow
out,
or Wednesday, I was honestly not even going to come on tonight, win or lose. I was just going to let it rock, and then that ridiculous ending happened, and I was just like, nah, we gotta call the bats in, and we gotta get. I didn't have no
hmm
guests lined up. I didn't promo it, nothing, because I was just like, oh, we're gonna chill tonight. And then, like I said at the beginning of the show, all hell broke loose.
Because the thing is, at the end of the day, we both obviously want the Knicks to win Game 3, obviously. But it's just like you go into Game 3 now, and it's like you feel a little bit more relaxed because you're just like, okay, I want us to win, but even if we lose, we're still up 2-1. We still have the home court. We still can rebound in Game 4, have another chance to take one and close it out in Game 5. Like there's still that relaxing feeling now going into Game 3 now, as opposed to it being 1-1. It's just like we better fucking win one of these damn road games before we go back to MSG.
Anthony, I'm sorry. I know you saw my reaction. LeBron James has 3 of the most unbelievable blocks I've ever seen for a 40-year-old in my life. I don't know what this man is on right now. Did you see the block he had right before we came on air? Where he blocked
No, I didn't. I haven't seen anything
he
from
blocked Jamal Murray's dunk on a straight jump, like no run, just a straight jump
Oh,
block.
damn.
Jamal Murray's dunk.
Oh.
And then he just had a chase down block. And he just had an unbelievable and one. This man's not human. This man's not human. He's not human.
Listen, I don't know if you guys know, to the audience, if I was a known LeBron hater, and I probably still am. But but honestly, you can't say nothing about what he's doing right now. You can't say nothing negative about what this man's doing. This man is 39 years old. He's going to be 40 years old by the end of this year. And he's playing like a literal all-star in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way to even even me saying that, it's hard to even comprehend me just saying that. Like, the man is not from this planet at all.
He's different. He's different. Oh,
and
James found a way to get into the chat.
Because, Mike, I don't know if you watched The Shop. I was watching the most recent. Yeah, I was watching the most recent episode of The Shop, most random list of people ever. But LeBron was just basically talking about his process and how when he started off, like he told himself, like if he wants to be the best, he's gonna have to like dominate at a high level for decades. That's what he told himself at the beginning of his career, and he just talked about how long he would study the game, analyze it, and things like that. Like he said his goal was just become the biggest student of the game, and that's what he set himself out to do. And he told his story about all the work he used to put in when he was like a teenager, and it makes more sense now to see it, like him being this goddamn old and just dominating like this. He's still doing chase down blocks at 39 years old.
It's crazy. He has one tonight. Like he literally has one tonight. Like it's a marvel. Like we're never gonna see something like this again. Oh, D'Angelo is cooking. Man, this game feels different. D'Lo cooking is not good for Denver.
Yeah, but if this is the end of the third quarter, I would be more like, okay. Yeah, dude, you understand.
Halftime, you're like,
yeah, like you had me excited for a second. Then I saw it was like second quarter. I'm like, they're playing well. Don't get me wrong, but it's the second quarter. Let me see what it looks like going into the fourth. Then I'll start getting a little excited.
Well, stay with us. We'll recap. We'll definitely recap this because I think the Lakers and the Nuggets are actually lined up with the Knicks Sixers series, which is great for me. Before we
Okay,
go,
really?
you've been off. We've been off for a couple weeks. You want to talk about this with your king before we go?
Wait, what you saying? Sorry, you cut off a little bit.
I said you want to talk about this beef with your king before we go.
You said
Drop a
beef with
song.
the.
I thought you would have been running to the chat. He dropped a song with Tupac and Snoop, and I just thought you was
That
all
song
for that.
was so weird. It was just not good. Like I don't know what Drake is doing right now. It's really weird. He needs like the song the push up song was good. I like that. He could have just ended it right there. The tailor made freestyle was just kind of it was a little too much for me. Like I don't need to hear Tupac rapping like Drake. That's the last thing I ever need to hear in my life. Like it's funny to me because when I think about this whole Kendrick situation with Drake and Future, honestly, the hardest motherfucker who's been out here has been Chris Brown. And he's been the hardest motherfucker out here because they're over here having their little playground beef, and Chris Brown is just straight up violating another man.
I said that. When it dropped. I was like, I did not expect Chris Brown to have the hardest diss track of 2024. Because when I was actually telling DJ Notorious, I think yesterday, y'all got it's on site now. It's got to be on site with them two. Like,
Oh,
like Anthony, man, it has to be on.
no, I
site.
agree with you.
It has to
like
be
you
on site.
like that like there's two types of rap beefs going on right now. There's the industry one, which is Drake and Kendrick, where you're just trading barbs. And then you got a personal one with Chris Brown. Like that shit is personal. That's like step out the studio, and then I got to see what's good with you. I got to see where our timelines meet up. That's that type of shit.
Like for all my wrestling fans out there, I made the equivalent. I was like, this would be like, who did I say? Well, insert WCW wrestler. I said Sting, but like insert WCW wrestler coming to WWE, coming to Bret Hart and going, I wish you died instead of Owen Hart. Like, what? Like, what? You can't. How do you say that to someone and not just, it's on site every time I see you now?
It's like,
there's
bro,
no coming back from that.
Like you really say that, and then you straight up in the next line, like, yo, I was sleeping with your chick while she was with you. Like
Chris Brown was not playing.
Drop the address. At that point, it's just drop the address. It's like
you're right though. At that point, listen, leave it to Chris Brown to give us this one tonight.
Bang, bang, bang.
Shit like that.
Because that was wild. That was.
Hey, I like what's going on. I like what's going on right now. You know, things are really exciting in the music industry. You know, for me personally, the thing I'm most excited for is just Nas and DJ Premier, their collab album. I can't wait for that.
I thought you was gonna say Taylor Swift's diss track. That's what I thought you was gonna say.
Listen,
I also did not have that on my bingo card either.
I've accepted the fact that there's no Swifties in this Speak On It universe. I'm kind of alone in that realm. Yeah,
she dropped
it's more of
out of nowhere.
I know, but the only reason why I haven't mentioned it yet is because I haven't been able to finish the whole album. I'm only like a couple songs in, so I gotta wait on that. It's still a lot of shit. But no, this has been shaping up to be a good year in music, so I'm happy about that. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I got to be honest about this one because seeing as Kendrick Lamar is all up in the news and whatnot, I never told nobody this, but I never listened to Pimp a Butterfly. I never listened to the album, and I finally listened to it today for the.
I had to get him out of here for that nonsense, ladies and gentlemen. I just the unbelievable. If you guys knew the context in the chat, words can't explain what he just said. when okay, we're wrapping up tonight. We're wrapping up. I gotta go. I can't do this. The Knicks are up 2-0. Play the bing bong for me, please.
Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong, bing.
We're gonna go out. We're gonna just play the song. We'll see you Thursday night. I'm Big Mike. That's that phony Anthony. We are the New York Knicks. We're out of here. Have a good night.
Well, just like that, look who's back in the mix.